In the next episode of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, the History Channel says the team will perform an explosively revealing experiment. The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, Season 6, Episode 13, airs at 8 p.m. Tuesday, August 26, on the History Channel. The episode is called Fire in the Holes. The synopsis is: after obtaining shocking new data on the ceramics that came out of the mesa, the team performs a final and explosively revealing experiment on the bubble. The History Channel says revelations of epic proportions are on the horizon in Season 6 of The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. After years of witnessing strange and unsettling phenomena across the mysterious 512-acre property in northeastern Utah, landowner Brandon Fugel and his team, led by principal investigator Eric Bard and astrophysicist Dr. Travis Taylor, will implement their boldest strategies yet to uncover the cause of the unexplainable high strangeness. Philo is a streaming service that offers more than 70 live channels and more than 70,000 titles on demand for $28 a month. Philo has a 7-day free trial. Channels include AMC, AMC Plus, A&E, NTV, Baked, Discovery, VH1, Food Network, History, Nickelodeon, OWN, TLC, Lifetime, Hallmark, Paramount, and TV One. Add-on packages include EPX, STARs, and movies and more. Philo offers an unlimited one-year DRV. DirecTV provides access to more than 100 channels, hundreds of on-demand titles, the ability to stream through 3 devices at once, and unlimited cloud DVR storage. Channels include ABC, HGTV, Hallmark, Bravo, Baked, Discovery, Food Network, ANC, Animal Planet, CMT, Comedy Central, FX, ID, Disney, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and PBS Kids. Subscription package prices start at $86.99 a month. The streaming service offers a 5-day free trial. A Sling streaming service is $45.99 a month for the Orange, 35 channels, or Blue, 43 channels. Levels. Orange plus Blue is $60.99 a month. Premium subscribers also can get a month of Showtime, STARs, and EPX for free. Channels include CMT, Bravo, B8, Comedy Central, A&E, AMC, Animal Planet, Discovery Plus, Hallmark, History, National Geographic, Lifetime, TLC, and USA. By using this site, you consent to our user agreement and agree that your clicks, interactions, and personal information may be collected, recorded, and / or stored by us and social media and other third-party partners in accordance with our tucked into a desolate patch of northeastern Utah. Skinwalker Ranch had long inspired more questions than answers. For decades, it served as a crucible of strange phenomena: UFO sightings, poltergeist-like activity, mutilated cattle, bizarre creatures, and shimmering portals that seemed to open into other worlds. Scientists, skeptics, and thrill seekers had come and gone, none leaving with a full picture, only fragments of the inexplicable. The stories spun from the soil itself, rising like dust devils from the red clay. Locals whispered about the Navajo curse, a legacy of intertribal betrayal, which allegedly brought skinwalkers, shape-shifting witches, to haunt the land. Researchers documented erratic electromagnetic readings, animals acting with unnatural intelligence, and technology failing without cause. Yet through it all, the ranch remained stubbornly inscrutable. It wasn't just haunted, it was evasive. Then, quietly, the pattern broke. What had gone unnoticed was the land's own rhythms, not the dramatic incidents that drew headlines, but the quieter, consistent anomalies that formed an unseen backbone to the chaos. It began with soil samples. A geophysicist, poring over years of testing data from multiple sites across the property, discovered something bizarre. The samples, taken from different areas and times, were nearly identical, not just in composition, but on a molecular level, as though they were somehow regenerated copies of the same soil. Elsewhere, drone footage from dozens of missions spanning years revealed topographical inconsistencies. A ridge that appeared in one video simply wasn't there in another. Trees grew overnight, vanished, or bent at unnatural angles, not from wind or weather, but seemingly by choice. The breakthrough came not from a new incident, but from overlaying old data across 2 decades, topography, EM readings, thermal scans, even audio spectrums. A single shape kept re-emerging, not in any one place, but dispersed like a puzzle, a fractured image scattered across time and space. It was a lattice, an invisible grid, symmetrical, complex, vast, and not natural. Once identified, it was undeniable. The entire ranch sat within a geospatial framework too precise to be accidental. It wasn't a hotspot of random phenomena, it was a construct. The land wasn't merely haunted, it was reacting, observing, responding. The key turned out to be frequency. Decades of audio recordings had captured unexplained sounds, humming, rhythmic pulses, low-frequency rumblings. A sound engineer working on a separate project recognized something. The waveforms bore similarities to LiDAR scatter pulses and encoded signals used in synthetic aperture radar. These weren't just ambient noises, they were data packets, transmissions. Someone, or something, had been using the ranch not as a location, but as a relay, a broadcasting node. The phenomena weren't random at all. They were side effects. Artifacts of a communication system designed with parameters beyond current understanding. The electromagnetic distortions, animal behavior, even the apparitions, they were not the message, but the static. And then the system activated. At 3:14 a.m. on a seemingly quiet night, a thermal imaging camera caught a pulse. Infrared, expanding radially from a central point near the infamous Homestead 2. It triggered a cascade. The ground temperature rose 6 degrees in under a minute, animals across the ranch froze in place, and all digital equipment rebooted simultaneously. In the aftermath, the pattern, the lattice, had changed. A new node had formed. Excavation crews, previously barred from digging by unexplained accidents and psychological deterrents, finally broke through a layer of sediment beneath the new node. What they found was neither artifact nor machine. It was a mirror, not a reflective surface in the conventional sense, but a layer of dense, polished mineral unlike any known to science. It didn't reflect people or sky, but movement, intention. As observers passed in front of it, it revealed things not present in the physical world. Shadows of themselves, echoes of animals that had died on the ranch, ghostly figures flickering in and out of view, some humanoid, others not. The mirror pulsed in response to brain activity. A neuroscientist's readings revealed spikes in subjects' brain waves whenever they were near it, particularly in the areas governing memory and fear. This wasn't a passive surface, it was interactive. A memory reader, a psychic archive. It pulled from the minds around it, reflected their subconscious, and amplified the results. Suddenly, the Skinwalker phenomena began to make more sense. The cryptid sightings, the wolf that shrugged off bullets, the hyena-like creature with eyes that burned. These were not biological entities. They were projections, not from the ranch's creators, but from the minds of those who feared them. A looping feedback system of psychological echo. Belief became reality, then reality fed the belief. The curse wasn't folklore. It was function. The ranch had been seeded with a psychic substrate, possibly ancient, possibly artificial. It resonated with human consciousness, turning imagination and trauma into temporary reality. The stories passed down for generations didn't invite the phenomena. They maintained it. Cultural memory acted as fuel. The cattle mutilations, surgical and bloodless, yes, but not by hands. The animals were sacrificed by the system itself. Each incident aligned with activation pulses from the grid. Sacrifices to keep the lattice calibrated. Biological resets. Energy balancing through life force extraction. But why, or in theory, the most chilling, emerged from linguistic analysis. In 2017, during one of the quietest years on record, a linguist embedded with a research team had recorded strange tonal sounds during a thunderstorm. When slowed and processed, the sounds aligned with phonemes not found in any known language, but close to Navajo chants used in protection rituals. Layered beneath the audio was a rhythmic pulse, a kind of signature. It wasn't random. It was communicative. Years later, using AI models trained on everything from whale song to encrypted Cold War transmissions, researchers managed to isolate a repeating structure in the audio signature. When transcribed into symbolic logic, it resembled a warning label. A quarantine notice. The ranch wasn't a window. It was a vault. The phenomena were containment measures, not attractions. The skinwalkers weren't invaders. They were jailers. The ranch's anomalies weren't glitches. They were security protocols. It explained the aggression, the psychological resistance to digging, the way the land fought back when probed too deeply. The final revelation came when two separate teams, one from a university lab and one covertly funded by a tech magnate, independently verified the same anomaly. Deep beneath the mirror, past layers of synthetic sediment and magnetic shielding, something was buried. It emitted no radiation, no heat, no sound. But it wasn't in it. A consistent, low-frequency gravitational distortion radiated from the object, a warping of local space-time. It was small, roughly the size of a basketball, but its density was impossible to calculate. Instruments failed, readings contradicted themselves, and time around it slowed measurably.